Hi, I'm comedian and podcast host Danny Lobel, host of Modern Day Philosophers podcast, a podcast where I pair a comedian with a philosopher every week and we discuss the ideas of the philosopher and the comedian. In this clip you're about to hear, I talk to the hilarious comedian Henry Phillips about the Marquis de Sade, a man so sadistic that they named sadism after him. Pretty sadistic. Take a listen to this clip. I think you'll enjoy it.
Sex is as important as eating or drinking, and we ought to allow the one appetite to be satisfied with as little restraint or false modesty as the other. That's true. I wouldn't make the jump to say it's as important as eating or drinking, because if you don't eat or drink, you die. Sex, you just have a miserable life if you don't have that.
Right.
I actually read somewhere that having sex more often adds years to your life, you know.
Really?
Yeah. It's just sort of like what we're supposed to be doing. So he's got a really good point here. And it is a bummer that society controls it to a large extent. You know, rating certain movies and, you know, making certain things illegal or whatever. He's definitely coming out and making a pretty bold moral statement at that point.
Right. Yeah, I guess we're always being fed something by people who want us to, you know, who have their own interests. I guess going back to what you were talking about, everybody's looking out for their own interests. Society is being fed stuff by people who have a lot of financial interest in it.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. So I think the point he's making is a little bit ahead of his time, you know, because I think a lot of people are making that point now. And America has finally loosened up its hang-ups a little bit.
About sexuality.
Yeah, I mean, just hopefully, because, yeah, it is, it's ridiculous to deny that it's something that people need to do.
It's so strange when, you know, censorship is such a weird thing. Like, you should be able to choose, you know, what things you want to be exposed to. Like, I understand ratings, you know, but I don't understand censorship. Like, you should be able to say whatever you want. You should be able to show whatever you want.
Yeah.
Put a warning at the, you know, the thing. This is what you're going to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what you're going to hear.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
But don't pretend like it doesn't exist.
Oh, I know. It's, you know, and I think back in the 80s they were trying to do that, and now they finally realize. Yeah, and then also back in the 50s, you can see this online too, like the Mormon Church had a handbook. It was like the Mormon's Guide to Self-Control or something, and there's a whole area about not masturbating, trying to keep yourself from masturbating, and it's got all these guidelines, and they're like, it was like, you know, tie a hand to the bedpost, you know, or...
This is probably straight out of the books from Marquis de Sade.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But he was like, you know, yeah, it's like, you know, when you go out in public, try to, you know, be extra forceful when you shake people's hand. You can Google this thing. It's amazing. But it's like, that's unhealthy. Because if you're telling people that they shouldn't be allowed to do that, I mean, that's, your body is telling you to do that.
Yeah.
And you're going to cause a lot of confusion and frustration with people.
Involving rope tying yourself to the bedpost and denying an orgasm. That's all got to be right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Marquis de Sade's 10 best ways to spend a weekend.
Yeah, no, absolutely.